In Belem, Brazil, climate activists, indigenous leaders, and civil society groups took to the streets on Saturday, demanding climate justice and stronger protection of indigenous territories as COP30 continues. Marchers carried flags and banners, calling for meaningful participation in the global summit, highlighting that indigenous voices must be central to climate negotiations. The protests come amid growing tension at COP30, as world leaders debate which issues might form the basis of a final agreement, and whether such a deal is even achievable. Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva has emphasized the importance of indigenous communities in this year's summit, yet many representatives feel sidelined in the official talks. Indigenous delegates met with COP30 President Correa do Lago on Friday to express frustration over their limited access, asking why they were brought to Belem if they could not actively participate in negotiations. Officials have said additional conference passes are being arranged, but Environment Minister Marina Silva stated that many of their demands are to the Brazilian government and best addressed at the national level. Drone and on-the-ground footage from the march show thousands of protesters filling the streets of Belem, waving banners demanding climate action, territorial protection, and justice for indigenous peoples. The marchers underscore the urgent need for policies that respect indigenous rights and integrate their knowledge into climate solutions. As negotiations continue inside the COP30 halls, the message from the streets is clear: climate justice cannot be achieved without indigenous leadership, civil society involvement, and a commitment to protecting vulnerable communities. Activists are urging negotiators to recognize that meaningful inclusion is essential for any lasting global climate agreement. Stay tuned for ongoing updates as COP30 progresses, and the world watches whether leaders heed the calls for justice, equity, and environmental protection at the heart of this historic climate summit.
Da mística cabana, da mística ribeirinha, a nossa energia global pelo clima, em defesa da terra e do território.